Hello everyone, today is actually Tuesday for this video, September 8th. It's 12 a.m. on the 9th as I record this. So I have a video from Trader Jim, and just want to remind everyone you can get 15% off if you want to sign up for a combine with LeeLoo. They are clearly, in my opinion, the best company to get funded with because they have the least amount of hurdles and booby traps. So here's the link to sign up. Make sure you use exactly this link here and then use this code to check out. Just kind of wanted to show the fib grid here. This is based on a 24/7 chart, 90 days. So I just wanted to show the increase in the volatility and the kind of accuracy of the fib grid going to the daily and weekly levels. So this goes back 100 days and it calculates the daily range for the last 100 days, and we plot Fibonacci extensions from the opening price. So we have the weekly open, which is this yellow band here, and so this was Monday, and on Monday we very quickly went to the weekly 50% here and 50% on the bottom here, and notice when it hit 50% on the bottom, this is where the range grid turned gold, meaning it hit 100% of its range, which was an average of 947. The day before, 100% of the range was a little lower, 839, and the total range was 1,722 ticks, where the day before it was only 854. So on this day here, which was the 8th, and we had this increase in volatility today of 1,800 ticks or so. This was actually for the 7th. We only had about 853 ticks, and then on Friday, I believe, which was the 4th. So if we go back to the 4th, here's the 4th. On Friday, we had even larger volatility, 3,314 ticks. But notice on Friday, we came to the weekly 100% of the range, and that was the bottom or the low for the day. But notice where the fib grid stalled at the daily 250% of the range, the weekly 50%, and the daily 200%. So there was, you know, kind of support and resistance here, and then resistance at the daily 100%, and this shaded area here was the weekly fib grid for the week of the 3rd. So these are the extensions and so forth. Point is, the fib grid is very accurate in levels, so they could be used in lieu of Jim's levels. If it gets to you know, the 50% and bust through it, it's likely to go to the 76 or the 100 and so forth. So these could very well be used as levels for support and resistance. Very often the high and low for the day is at a fib grid level, you know, like 100% of the weekly range. Clearly you can see support and resistance. This is 100% of the range to the downside, and this is minus 50%. I mean, it's just amazing how the price kind of congregates around these numbers. Okay, let's have a look at Trader Jim's video for today.
All right, September 8th, right around 12 o'clock. Very slow moving market today. Kidding, of course. It's absolutely insanity. I did not get a chance to set up the recording. I wanted to show some live trades. Just did not happen. Things were moving so fast. I was just trying to keep up. So this is the Superenco 6 that I always trade in semi-automation. $500 stop and target, 2 contracts, no offsets, no break-evens, no trail stops. And the reason I thought it was interesting, bring it up, is because the crazy slippage. The market moved that fast. And when you see the auto trader starting to draw these kind of fast, crazy arrows and lines, it's because things just move so fast. If you look at the time here, you can see in just seconds, and I mean violent moves, 2-3 points at a time. And that's what created this amazing slippage. Again, the target here is 500. And here is the total for this particular trade. Now, why did I choose this location? I actually I wanted to see if they can firm up on 11,250. They came down, and I wanted to see if that 11,250 would hold. Now, why 11,250? Let me show you a 5-minute chart. So I drew this line as I was watching the price, and you can see, those of you who've been trading for a while, you already know this. Those of you who are newer, start looking at charts and really train your eye to see this kind of action, because it happens over and over again. Markets coming down, there's a temporary support, right? There was a bounce. They break through this support, and what do? They retest it from the bottom, so now it's resistance. They retest it again, still resistance. They retest it again and make a slight new low. Now, this slight new low, I mean, I say slight, it's actually quite a few points, but given this volatility, I can comfortably say it's a slight new low, and they did not spend any time here. They bounced back up and broke through this former resistance area that was support. So as they were coming down to this 250 again, I was looking for this 250 to hold, and that's why I put the auto trader on a very small time frame, like a Super Anchor 6. On longs, I just allowed the auto trader to confirm a long, because there was no way of knowing. Just because I believe it should act as support doesn't mean anything. They can break right through it. So it is important to confirm a trade, and that's what I use the auto trader for in that instance, just to confirm that indeed this 250 at least temporarily should hold just enough for me to hit my target. So small time frame and a fairly small target, that would be enough for. So after that, what happened? Well, they broke through, right, and then retested from the bottom again. Looks like they're breaking through it again, but it's too early to tell. This still might act as resistance. So to me, this 250 is not an important number. Just the way I view the market, to me, I would never think ahead of time that 250 would be important, but the market made it important. So since they made it important, I'm not going to argue, because none of us can beat the market. So either we follow the market is showing us, or we could not possibly be successful. So this 250, for whatever reason, and you might look on some higher time frames or Fibonacci or whatnot, and you might be able to show me why 250 is important, and that's fine. But I can just look at this structure here and realize that for today, at least, for whatever reason, this 250 was important. Okay, let's take a look at full automation charts, 10 minutes. 10-minute chart first. So, looks, again, hard to see with all these numbers. A bit bigger here. This template has a 20-tick pullback, looking for 1,000, risking 1,500, 2 contracts, no trail stops. So that's what happened here. And then apparently there was a short as well, and I'm not sure. I guess even though it took a short, maybe it just broke even on that trade because it hit its target and got out with some negative slippage. That could be it. I'm not exactly sure. But in any case, another successful day for the 10-minute chart. Let's bring the 30-minute chart. The 30-minute chart I was late with today. It starts trading at 3:30, and I forgot to leave the computer on last night. So again, let's make this slightly bigger. So at some point, maybe around 7:30, there was a pullback of 30 ticks. This template has a pullback of 30 ticks. Again, trading two contracts, 40 and 80 tick targets. And so it was a short and then a long after a change in trend. Again, a 30 tick pullback and second successful trade. And this is the total for today for this chart. Just a quick comment. I really can't wait for the NT8 version to come out. In the last video that Randy showed, it just looked fantastic, very promising. Lots of great features and just really, I think it's going to be awesome. Really can't wait. All right, guys, thank you. I'll try to make another video this week later on.